Hey, you guys, sorry to be missing you today. I just wanted to make a couple clarifications about the Director of Tourism project, and I wanted to clear up any confusion that there might be about the definition of what a custom is for an ethnic group or a country. So, just really quickly, I would like your projects done this Friday, the 18th. So, you will have some time today, tomorrow, and then the day that you aren't cooking this week to finish up those projects with your groups. We are going to cook on Wednesday and Thursday, and we're making what's called roasted red pepper hummus. Since we're talking about different parts of the world right now and kind of ethnic groups and travel, I thought it'd be fun to try something a little different and outside of our comfort zone. So that's what we'll make on Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll plan to start presenting these projects on Friday. So these are the directions from last week that I have on the Google Classroom, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew the Google Doc was there and that you should have shared it. You should be sharing it with all of your group members. It does say in the directions that you need to be tracking your resources, so hopefully you're copying and pasting links to the websites you're using. And also, you need to have the whole Google Doc filled in before you start your presentation. But when you're ready to start your presentation, you will attach it to this Google assignment to be turned in if it's something electronic. So let's talk about the Google Doc just really quickly. Of course, I saw you all last week putting in the group member that's in charge of each of these little criterias. You should be typing in, not copying and pasting, but in your own words, you should be typing in the information that you find online about each of the criteria. The only thing you may copy and paste is the link to the resources for where you found your information. So this document, by the time you're done, should be probably pages long because I expect you to be typing all the information in this column here. And then you will move it to a Google slideshow or whatever form of format you want to use for your presentation. Okay, so quickly I just wanted to talk about customs and what that means. I threw in just a little definition here off of Google. Customs are a traditional and widely accepted way of behavior or doing something that is specific to a particular society, place, or time. Now, I think if you go Google customs and your city that you chose, you will come up with a couple of different definitions of customs. So I just wanted to clarify so that everybody's on the same page. So I did New York City and Tokyo just because I knew that those were like the first that came to my mind. But if you just type in New York City customs, the first thing that comes up is U.S. Customs and Border Protection. So there's two different types of customs. There's ethnic customs that kind of explain a group and acceptable behavior within that group and kind of the way that people act and the way of life within a group. And then there's border customs, which is where you have to go check in when you travel to a new country. So that is not what we're looking for here for this project. And then you can see there's more New York City Customs Broker, John F. the International Airport. That's not what we're going for. We want customs that are related to culture. So if you find a link anywhere that has culture or ethnic customs, that's more of what we're going for this project. So if you click on it, I won't read this entire reading to you, but it gives kind of an overview of what it's like what the people are like in New York City. So it says, despite its ethnically diverse population, there are generalizations about New Yorkers that continue to persist. Many new to New York, both within and outside of the U.S., think that New Yorkers are rude and impatient, in a constant hurry, and jaded. So it's just good. This is all good things to read and research to do before you travel to a new city, so you just kind of know what to expect. And then it says there are, however, some tips you will want to follow to better immerse yourself in the local culture. So these are the things we're looking for the project. It's like the things that you would want to know, like what's considered acceptable if you're going to travel to New York. So tipping. It's customary, you should tip at least 15%, yada, yada, yada. So you can read about tipping. That would be what you would want to include in your project. personal space. It's very crowded. People like to have space in New York. You should not run into people when you're walking down the sidewalk. You should say, excuse me, things like that. That is a custom of New York City, okay? Smoking, how are you? So you can read through all of these. Those would be things that you want to include in your project. I also looked up Tokyo, and let's see. I just typed in again, Tokyo customs, I believe. And I think the first couple links took me to, again, the website to go through customs to get into the country of Tokyo, or the city. And so I chose this one, 10 customs you must know before a trip to Japan, which is just this gentleman, Turner, writes his blog. He must travel a lot, but here's some things that he recommends for traveling to Tokyo. How you address someone respectfully, table manners. So this is of interest for this project. Absolutely. We want to know, do you put a napkin on your lap? Should you slurp your noodles? Should you roll your chopsticks once you separate them? Things like that. They talk about tipping here too if you're eating out, what to do with your chopsticks, thresholds. Oh, taking your shoes off at the door. So all of these things are customs that you follow if you're going to travel to Tokyo. Okay. I hope that clarifies things a little bit for this project. I will be back on Tuesday to answer any more questions you might have. After you finish this video, I expect you to get together with your cooking group. Each person should have a computer out, and each person should be working on their piece of the project. So I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.